Tofu and coffee for your head. Good morning, hello. Welcome to a brand new day. It is Monday morning. It's July 13th. And we're live right now, getting a brand new morning going with Attley Bank in collaboration with the University of Bedfordshire and the M-Farm Joint Programme 3+2 in Jordan. It's great to be a part of your morning. Weather today, highs later of round about 29 degrees. It's going to be like it was yesterday. Bright spells and overnight lows of 22. Good morning to Safe, who's got in touch. Morning, Safe. Safe is on the way to work listening to the show. Wants to say good morning, have a good day. Morning to Riot, who's got in touch as well. Morning, Riot, who's listening to us now as well. One of the stories in the news this morning, one of the stories that I woke up to today, Louis Tomlinson, formerly, of course, of One Direction. Louis Tomlinson has quit Simon Cowell's record label, Psycho Music. Which, to be honest, surprised me, because when I woke up this morning and I saw the headline, Major Star Quit Psycho, honestly thought it was a story about Johnny Depp. Yeah, totally honest. Good morning to Naveen, who's got in touch as well. Morning, Naveen, who says, Lee, it's my friend's birthday today. Can you please say a very happy birthday to Reem? Reem, have a great birthday. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the day. Hopefully you have lots of nice, fun plans for it.
The following broadcast is brought to you live.
Get up, okay?
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon.
Get up.
So nice of you to grace us with your presence.
You seem happy this morning.
Yeah.
What day is it?
Monday.
Do we have a state-of-the-art broadcasting facility?
I know what you're thinking, and the answer is yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's start the show.
I don't work Mondays.
Everybody on their feet.
It's showtime.
So, 9 minutes past 8 now. We're getting a brand new morning going. Great to be starting it with you. It is the 195th day of the year with 171 days left in 2020. The 29th Monday of the year. And the 29th week of the year continues as well. Cancer zodiac sign also continues. Right, this morning on the show, we're talking to somebody who we've been wanting to get this guy in on the show for ages. He's here with us this morning. We're talking to, he's an editor, a producer, cinematographer, a writer, a director. I don't think we've missed anything out, have we? I don't think we've missed anything out so far.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. We're talking to Naeem David. Good morning, Naeem.
Good morning, Lee.
Now, we're talking to Naeem. Naeem, as we mentioned, all those things. And the reason that you're here this morning is one of the films that you've recently directed. It's called The Darkest Edge.
Darkest Edge, yes.
Which is a fantastic movie. How would you describe this? It's kind of like a psychological drama, thriller kind of movie.
Psychological. It has a mystery drama aspect to it. Yeah.
And this movie now is available for everybody worldwide to watch on Amazon Prime.
Yes. Amazon, and then it'll go on to other platforms in the coming weeks.
So how does it feel as a Jordanian to have a movie that's available on a platform like this? Because most people don't have this. So this is a great achievement. How does that feel?
It's a nice feeling to have a movie out there for people to watch, and it's out of my hands now. So it's, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's pretty cool.
You will like it. I've seen this movie.
You got an exclusive sneak preview.
We got a preview before the movie was released on Amazon Prime, and it's really, it's because I was expecting at the beginning, some 20-minute short movie. It's a full-length movie.
Yeah, hour 24 minutes.
And this is the one that you directed this.
Yeah.
So how did this come about? Because you do write a lot of your own stuff, which we'll talk about in a moment. But how did this come about?
The producer saw a short film that I did, and that he was going to direct the movie. he had to bow out, and he put my name out there to the other producer who was putting up the money as well. He's also the writer of the film. And I met with them. They liked my take on the film, and that's how I got the gig.
So what does it feel like directing somebody else's stuff that they wrote as compared to the other stuff that you've done, which is your own stuff, your own creations?
Yeah, it's different. You can play around a little bit more. You know, the stuff I've written, you know, I have a specific way of doing things, but when you're directing somebody else's work, it can go many different ways, and you can really play around with the material and with the actors and suggesting things and really exploring, you know, the characters and the material within it.
And okay, so as a director, if we have a script, we've both got the same script.
Yeah.
You're a director, I'm a director. We could end up making totally different movies. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
So it's all about the director's vision.
Yes.
Which is, so would you say that the director is one of the most important people involved in the filmmaking process?
One of them, yeah. Without the script, you don't have anything really. So the script is the most important, and once you get that right, you cast to the characters, you cast that, you know, find the actors that can really bring the script to life. You know, that's another important element, and having a director who has a vision to hone everybody in and create something that's unique and different. And
so let's talk about Darkest Edge, The Darkest Edge. What is the film about for anyone that hasn't seen this yet?
The film is about a despondent news reporter who is sent to cover the closing of an infamous mental asylum in Dayton, Ohio. And he discovers some things while he's there, some revealing things about his past and the hospital and stuff like that.
Because there are some twists in the movie. I mean, when I was watching it, I got really into it.
What did you think?
I thought the movie was really, really good. Normally, they're not the kind of movies I watch.
It's a low-budget film.
But you can't tell. It comes across as something you would just go to the movies to see.
I appreciate it. You're kind, man. Thank you.
It's a fantastic. It's called The Darkest Edge. It's available now on Amazon Prime. So, what about your writing? What's your writing style like? Do you have one genre, or do you try many different things?
Well, first I come up with a story, and that story kind of dictates the genre for me. So it can end up being a horror, it can end up being a drama, it can end up being an action film. I kind of don't have a set genre. The next film I'm writing actually is a horror flick, so compared to this one, which is more of a mystery drama, just kind of psychological, but my next one is a full-out horror flick.
Okay, we'll talk more about that. Sounds interesting. I like horror movies. We'll talk more about horror movies. We'll talk about more about The Darkest Edge in a couple of minutes. Naeem David is here. Fantastic Jordanian writer, editor, producer, cinematographer. You do everything, pretty much.
Yeah.
When the credits go up at the end, it's your name and pretty much everything. We'll talk more in just a couple of minutes. The Darkest Edge, by the way, it's available to watch now on Amazon Prime. Fantastic movie. Make sure that you watch it.
If all of the kings had their queens on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise a toast.
Ava Max with Kings and Queens. And it's here on Play, Jordan's #1 hit music station. Good morning. We're here with Atlee Bank in collaboration with the University of Bedfordshire and the M Farm Joint Programme 3+2 in Jordan. Robert De Niro's in the news this morning as well. Robert De Niro has been talking about how the coronavirus has affected his finances. He says that this year he's only going to make $7.5 million. And if it stays like this, he's thinking of selling off some of his things that he has to get a little bit of extra cash. Presumably he can sell the world's smallest violin that he's using when he's talking about that story. What the hell? Only $7.5 million. Birthdays today. Who do we have with a birthday? Great actor today. Harrison Ford's birthday today. As a director, Naeem,
Yes.
Harrison Ford, what do you think of Harrison Ford?
I'm a fan of Harrison Ford. Indiana Jones, The Fugitive.
I'd watch anything with him in. I just think he's a great actor.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's fantastic. He's 78 today.
78.
And he's making another Indiana Jones movie, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
It's Indiana Jones and the Walking Stick. I think it's very, very odd. Another great actor as well. Famous for one role. He's done many things. Okay, famous for a couple of roles, but the one that you associate him most with is Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Patrick Stewart. He was an X-Men, I think, as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, X-Men.
He's 80 today.
Really?
He doesn't look it at all. He just never ages.
No.
He's like Will Smith. He doesn't get old. He just doesn't look old. Patrick Stewart, 80 today. Have you seen the Picard series he did recently?
I haven't.
It's really good.
Is it?
It's the Star Trek kind of spin-off. It's really, really good. So, Naeem David is here this morning. He's the editor, producer, director, cinematographer, assistant director, waterboy, driver, gaffer. What does a gaffer do?
Gaffer deals with, helps the DP with the lighting and stuff like that.
So when you're watching movies, and the credits come up at the end, I always wonder what do they do? What does that person do? Because there's all kinds of names that come up, and I'm like, what do they really do? So many people. Okay, so you've got a movie that's available to watch now. If you haven't seen this, watch it. It is fantastic. It's directed by Naeem David. It's called The Darkest Edge. And it's available right now on Amazon Prime. So you can dial into Amazon Prime and watch this movie. It's really, honest to God, we keep saying this. It is really, really good, Naeem.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's really, really good. So you said you're writing a horror movie.
Yeah.
So how does the process of writing a movie come about? You get an idea and...
Yeah, I just, I get an idea, something that, starts off with like a little thing, and then I expand on that idea. I build the story from that, and I start. For this one, I don't usually outline, but I write down notes on my notebook and stuff like that. But this one, I'm outlining the story from beginning to end, knowing where I'm going.
So you have an idea of what you want the movie to be about, do you? So when you start writing, do you know how it's going to end?
Sometimes, yeah. For this one, I know how it's going to end, but it could change. I have a couple endings.
So is it the same kind of process as writing a book?
I've never written a book.
But it must be the same kind of process.
Outlining and coming up with the characters and the story and plot points. Yeah, I would imagine so.
And how long does it take then to write a really good script?
The process is different for everybody. I've written a script in 2 weeks. But I've taken time. There's another script I've taken a year on. It just depends on the story. Depends on.
I forget who he was. I saw an interview a couple of years ago with a director, a famous one. I can't think who it was. They said their process was they'll live their life normal in the day. They'll do whatever they want to do. Every day, 6 o'clock, they go into their room, like a writing room for 3 hours, and they'll write for 3 hours. He said even if after 3 hours I'm still into it, I'll stop.
Yeah.
And I'll come back, I'll just forget about it. He said you can overanalyze it, you can overthink it. He said I have those 3 hours, and that's when I write. That's it.
No, and it proves to be effective because if you're constantly thinking about it, you're going to overanalyze and you're not going to create the best work. It's always good if you're writing something, go off and do something else because more imagination, more ideas will spark.
And favorite directors? Who's a good director? This is a tricky one, isn't it?
Nah, you know this one. Quentin Tarantino.
Your favorite Quentin Tarantino movie?
All of them.
Okay.
If I had to pick one, Pulp Fiction, but I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I got that. I haven't seen that. The other thing I was going to ask you, what do you think as all this that you do? A lot of movies now that Hollywood are making, movies that are coming out, they're all remakes of one form or another. There's not that many genuinely original ideas. They're all either part of superhero franchises or they're all remakes of things. What do you think of that?
I think we need more original content and take. I think the studios need to take more risks like they used to do with original content, with original movies. Now they're just playing it safe with the remakes and sequels and all that kind of stuff because they know they're going to make money off of it. That's all they're looking for is a profit.
Because I read a couple of weeks ago, there was talks. They wanted to remake Jaws.
Really?
And they said that we could make it so much better with a realistic shark.
No.
But some movies you shouldn't touch.
Yeah.
Some movies, for example, or Jaws, don't remake it.
No.
And the Jaws movies, they got progressively worse.
Yeah, they did.
I think it was like Jaws 19.
Guilty pleasures.
It was terrible. The original Jaws, though, was fantastic, but they did get worse. Back to the Future, another one. But they've said they'll never remake. Was it Robert Zemeckis?
Robert Zemeckis says as long as he's alive, it's not going to be remade.
Some things you shouldn't mess with.
Yeah.
And why is it that they reboot movies so soon as well? For example, we have The Batman, which is coming out, which is again another reboot.
Yeah.
Why do they reboot so quickly? Maybe 20, 30 years, yes, but
there's a whole story behind that, with the studios and all that kind of stuff. But at the time, Batman wasn't doing well. But I actually like Ben Affleck's Batman. But they just wanted to do something else. Ben Affleck wanted to do his own Batman movie. Didn't go through, so they just decided to do a reboot because the whole thing with Batman v Superman and all that, it's all the studios.
And you're a big director. You've got unlimited budget. You can hire one male movie star, one dream female movie star. Who would you choose?
Oh man. Actually, I haven't thought about it, but off the top of my head, I'm thinking Joaquin Phoenix, and then as an actress,
it's a hard one.
It's a hard one. Maybe I don't know, Rachel McAdams, Meryl Streep, somebody.
Who would you like to meet if you could sit down and have a conversation with somebody for 30 minutes? Who would you like to meet and get into their mind with?
Stanley Kubrick, actually. He's a director. 2001: A Space Odyssey, Eyes Wide Shut, Shining. Him. I think he's fascinating.
Do you know who I'd like to meet? Sylvester Stallone. I love Sly. I love Sylvester Stallone.
We're talking about people that are alive, by the way, or dead, or just in general.
Either it's fine.
Dead, Stanley Kubrick. Alive, maybe Martin Scorsese or Quentin Tarantino.
I think Sly is still alive, isn't he? He's making another Rambo movie as well.
Sly is still alive.
Another Rambo Last Blood was supposed to be the last one. And he said a couple of days ago he's working on a script for another 3 Rambo movies.
I haven't heard that.
No, that's about a week ago he said
Last Blood was good.
The first one was magical. The first Rambo movie, to me, was the very best one.
The first one's always a classic.
So what next for you then? We've got you've done this movie now, The Darkest Edge, available on Amazon Prime. You've got the horror movie. Where would you like to go after that? Is your dream to make fantastic low budget independent movies, or do you want to get into the big Hollywood scene and do all that?
Right now I'm comfortable making these low budget movies, getting learning, getting my foot in there, getting my foot in the door, making all these things, and then progressively up the budgets on all these films, and hopefully, work in the Hollywood system. But I've been, I'm producing, so that's also a good thing, producing these other features for other people. So it's like I have my foot in, different areas, and hopefully that'll expand.
I guess as the budgets get bigger as well, even though it's more fun and you're working with more things and more famous people, but because there's so much money involved, I guess the pressure must be intense. If you're gambling with the studio's $50 million that they've given you, you've got to produce. You really have got.
Oh yeah.
If you're doing a small one with a little budget, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't go the way you want it. But if someone's giving you $50, $100, $150 million, you've got to perform.
Yeah, you do. If somebody gave me $50 million, I'd make like 2-3 movies with that money. I'd use my micro budget mentality with it. Make like 3 movies with that.
Well, you know what? We could sit here all morning talking movies with you. It's been absolutely fascinating, and we're really proud of you having a Jordanian, having all this work that you're doing, and the passion that you have for the movies as well. It's very infectious. It does come across.
I appreciate it
when talking to you. The Darkest. Why should you, before you go? Why should you watch The Darkest Edge?
If you like indie films, low budget films, and if you just want to support, a fellow Jordanian, a fellow friend, give it a watch.
It is, and don't pirate it. Watch it properly. It is completely worth.
You can
watching.
pirate the movie.
No, don't. It is worth what. It is a fantastic movie. It's available now on Amazon Prime. It's called The Darkest Edge. You will love it. About 90 minutes, isn't it? About an hour and a half, something like that.
Hour 24.
But it's that's the movies. To me, it's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
An hour 20. Well, it's been fascinating talking to you. We wish you all the best.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate it.
please do come back on any time and tell us more about the movies and things like that.
Will do.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. I'm David. The Darkest Edge, available now on Amazon Prime.